Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all fine, all safe during this COVID situation. And welcome to this Reignite Live Rewrite the Future webinar with in collaboration with Multicam System in France and in US. So we will soon start the session. I see we are now 86 attendees to this call, and I will start with the introduction of the co-presenter. First, on the right, you have Marianne Seidler. She's based in US, in Portland, Maine, and she's a US sales director for Multicam over there. Together with me, we have Stan Walbert from Multicam France. He's based in Paris. And myself, I'm Christian Panagem, based in Brussels. I'm a solution product specialist for Sony Professional Solution, and I'm based in Brussels, as you can see. So during the webinar, you have the possibility to ask questions in the question field on the right side of your screen, but also don't forget to fill the survey. So you will get an invitation at the end of the webinar to share your thoughts and feedback over this webinar or any other question related to Multicam or Sony products. So the agenda for today will be from Visual Radio Studio, so an innovation for live video production in a radio studio environment with interactive show and remote production, and introducing the Sony SRG series of camera for entry-level market. We'll close with a short Q&A session, and then move to the virtual immersive content production based on the Sony 3D robotics. And we'll end up with another Q&A session on this second immersive content topic. So I will hand over now the mic to Stan, who will cover the introduction of Multicam as a company. So Multicam was created in 2010, and Stan, up to you.
Thanks, Christian. Hello, everybody. So let me introduce you Multicam System. So this is a 10 years old company funded by 3 friends from high school. And at that time, we built, first a pirate radio station because it was just funny, a funny way to flirt with broadcasting. And later, a few years later, we created a web TV when, our first high bandwidth appeared. And in fact, yes, we are always interested about new technologies and new ways of telling stories and reach audiences. So finally, in the 2000 years, we set up a specialized live video production company. And this live video production background is what makes Multicam unique, because we understand really how we create good content, good video content, and what technology needs to be deployed for that purpose. So yeah, I'm sure that we have video producers in the audience who knows perfectly how complicated it can be, to do live video productions, and that's why we are dedicating our technologies to make it just simple, elegant, and better.
So thank you, Stan.
Yep.
Thank you, Stan. So I think we will now move to the introduction of the you introduced PTZ camera controller and studio application.
Okay. Yeah, so instead of gluing different pieces of technologies, we wanted to offer a complete video solution by taking all advantages offered by PTZ cameras. And that's why we have, this long story with especially BRC series. The goal for us was to allow one operator to manage everything. So we wanted to offer a system that is really easy to operate and with an intuitive interface thanks to the touchscreen design. So it was a breakthrough, and when we developed the system, people will use it, especially people that want to stay focused on content instead of all the technical background of it. So you can see on this picture we have the main interface of Multicam Studio, so the first system we developed. With thumbnail, you can see exactly what your presets are looking, and we can switch by clicking on the previews, recording presets. So it's really nice and effective to operate as an all-in-one video mixer.
Good, very impressive. So we now move to other solution provided by Multicam, and I believe Marianne will cover this. So not only radio is important, but other business activities. Sorry, Marianne.
Oh, as Stan mentioned, one of the most powerful, unique features of Multicam is that it's an all-in-one solution. And this isn't something that the user needs to cobble together. It's a real benefit for clients from a support point of view. It means a lot less time for them to worry about support or to have to assemble something. The Multicam system comes with a complete set of features, no matter what market. And we have created systems for radio, for broadcast, for conferencing, for education, and medical. And they are unique solutions for each of those markets. We wanted to create, in the case of radio, a system that allowed a radio station to create a big production look, complete with sophisticated graphics, recording, simple editing, and streaming. However, of all of this, what makes our system so powerful is the remotely controlled PTZ cameras and artificial intelligence. And the next slide. So I'll tell you a little bit about Multicam itself. Our headquarters are in France, and we have an incredibly talented group of engineers that develop all our solutions, and they design them in-house. This gives us an advantage because we can always offer customized solutions if someone needs something, and we can do it quickly. From the very start, we've always had a very international outlook for the company. We have offices now in Russia, in the Middle East, and our North American headquarters, which is based in New York City. In addition, we also have a very large group of distributors and system integrators located in Europe, Asia, Russia, Africa, and the US and Canada. And from the very start, the company was focused on service. We offer both standard warranty, gold service warranties, and SLAs for clients. In addition, each Multicam system comes with a TeamViewer license, which means basically it's like having a Multicam engineer inside each box. It makes it very easy for us to log on to systems and to help someone very quickly, whether it's a simple configuration question or something they want to delve into a bit more. And here you see just a few of our clients. They also include some of the biggest radio networks in Europe, Canada and the US, and the Middle East. It says a lot about Multicam Systems that it's our clients that actually recommend us to most other stations. And it's a very diversified group of formats. We have everyone from talk to rock music to religious stations and pretty much anything in between. So it isn't just one type of station that uses visual radio. So we don't just work with visual radio, though. We have a lot of specialized systems for a lot of different areas, including conferences and seminars. Here's a recent project we did together with Sony for Mercedes. Stan, could you tell us a bit about this?
Yeah, sure, but I think we are still on the slide with the customers.
No?
No.
It's probably my internet connection.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got
but
a bit of latency.
I know the pictures. Yeah. So the project is a great demonstration of the all-in-one solution and how we can integrate Sony PTZ cameras for a small studio. So this project allows to Mercedes to create their own web TVs, and it was important for them to create that for engaging their collaborators. So it's an internal web TV to help people, to interact with each other, and yeah, better than just a video conferencing system.
So we are now moving from this Mercedes case study to a deep dive into the radio studio solution with the PTZ camera or network camera. And first slide, I believe you can see it. Now, Stan.
Okay, so actually it'll be me. So as we've mentioned, Multicam is a world leader in visual radio technology. We've been doing it longer than anyone else, and it's a core competency of the company. There are several companies that offer visual radio, but I think deeper than anyone else, we really understand what a visual radio system needs to be successful and what the setup needs to be successful. So I think we go to the next slide.
Yeah. It's coming. Yes.
Okay. So first of all, our system is set up. You don't need to script it. The system actually is set up to follow the audio, and it makes the decision for you according to who is speaking and how the discussion is balanced. So we will create a number of shots. What also makes our product very impressive is the total integration out of the box. It is literally plug and play. When someone gets it, they plug it in and away they go. We sent a system last week to someone, and really within 40 minutes, they were on air with it. It integrates seamlessly with third-party equipment for radio stations, like the audio console for audio detect, and playout systems for complete integration with the playout system, which means automated graphics. In fact, we have integration with 80% of the third-party vendors for radio stations, and the models are in a list that you can select. So just a few of our features include auto framing, which means that even if the person isn't fully on camera, the PTZ camera will take advantage of that and be able to recognize them and make adjustments. And of course, using PTZ cameras is key. We take full advantage of their power. This was such a breakthrough for visual radio. Using our AI technology, the camera mimics the same shots that a camera operator would, but they do it much faster than any camera operator would ever be able to. But as a result, it makes for a very natural looking production. And here we are looking at the setup for radio, which is our fully automated production system. What happens is the AI will adapt according to how the discussion in the studio is evolving and which mic is on the most. And it doesn't just recycle through a few different shots. That's a key difference with our system and anything else. You can build out as many different shots as you want.
So back to me. So to achieve these, we have a full at from up to the BRC X1000. All these cameras
with a tally lamp and can do full color shading. So the vision engineer is able to check and readjust perfect match these camera. On the left side, we have entry-level solution, which are called SRG lineup. And these camera basically provide the same VSCA protocol as the broadcast camera with limited shading and vision engineer capabilities. But of course, they are much more affordable compared to the broadcast version. And last but not least, we have just introduced two new network camera, the SRG XP1, which is a 100-degree viewing angle camera, very compact. And the second one is a SRG XB25. It's a new 25 zoom camera, 4K version, 4K sensor, but with HD output, providing also electronic zoom function up to 4 times in addition to the optical zoom. All of these SRG camera and BR641 can be eventually equipped with an optional NDI streaming license key for other non-Sony video switcher using this streaming protocol, but all of them can be controlled through the RM IP500 PTZ controller. So close for the radio studio, we are enhancing another lineup with SRG 300, SRG 360, which are our corporate and education camera, very popular in universities, schools, and any kind of corporate application. And we are ramping up to the SRG X120, which, as you just saw in the previous slide, is able to provide NDI streaming as well. So all these camera from the left, SRG XP1, super wide angle, wide shot for the radio studio ideal solution, 102 degrees horizontal viewing angle, up to 85 degrees with lens distortion compensation. And the same applies for the XB25 with the 68 degrees of horizontal viewing angle. I will hand over back to Marianne, I guess.
Yes. So when we first started with visual radio, it was to allow stations to stream. But now it is so much more. It really allows stations to rebrand themselves as content creators on multimedia platforms and to become much more interactive with the audience. Most of all, it allows stations to reach a younger audience. It allows stations to reach their audience on whatever platform the audience wants, from social media to a website to YouTube and beyond. Now, this is a project we've done for France Television. It allows them to reduce their budgets by completely automating their morning shows in 40 of their regional television stations. This is a really important sign for broadcasting transformation, and it shows how we at Multicam Systems are the pioneer of these new trends and use cases because we've been studying them for quite a while. One of the things we were hearing even before the pandemic is that stations wanted more interactivity with their audiences and the vice versa. This is one of our newest products called AirBridge. We just introduced it in April. It allows stations to bring in talent and guests from wherever they are. Now, what makes AirBridge so unique is the ability to control the stream. For example, by adjusting someone's video and audio settings of the remote guests. This makes it so much less stressful for the guest because they don't have to be adjusting their video. With the video call-in management, stations can now invite anyone from the audience and bring them into the show quickly, which makes video call-in, which is what a younger audience wants. This is used in both radio and television stations around the world, and it can be integrated seamlessly into the Multicam radio system. So you can have a variety of remote guests and talent wherever they are.
Thank you, Marianne. So we make a short break for any question. And I can see in the chat box that do we have questions? See any question? So we can move forward to the virtual studio then. Oh yes, we have a question. How many robotics camera do you use in a normal studio environment? Can Stan or Marianne answer this question? What is the typical number of camera you're using in a radio studio?
We start from 2 PTZ camera and 1 fixed camera. So that's the basic setup. But it's usually, you take 3 PTZ cameras and you can cover for visual radio up to 5 microphones. And as much as you have camera, much more dynamism and easy it will be for the artificial intelligence to do the video.
Thank you, Stan. I don't see any additional question on the chat box, so we can move to the virtual studio part of the presentation. So we are now going to the immersive big screen content and we'll broadcast
studio environment with backdrop solution?
Yeah, thanks. Backdrop is our latest product. It's like a teleport machine for your studio. But you know, a video worth more than 10,000 words. So yeah, I suggest Christian we share this video that will present backdrop innovation.
So hope it will play. So I can't start the video anymore. Where's the play button?
Let me introduce you the latest innovation from Multicam, Backdrop. Backdrop is an immersive solution for virtual productions. You actually film the virtual world that is projected on the screen. In a multiple camera setup, it will know exactly what camera is on air and what is the angle of view according to the tracking data. With the veto mapping, the depth is really, beyond the screen. The background is not like a flat screen, it can be like extended beyond it. So it's like an open window to multiple worlds. And the only limit you have is your imagination. Backdrop is developed around Unreal Engine. Dreamcorp, our creative studio partner, creates the virtual sets. But you can also send us your own sets and we will integrate into Unreal Engine. On this setup, we have a Multicam Studio and 3 PTZ camera. But we also have this remote on the iPad that allows you to control the virtual sets. Make the logo appearing, any widget like a weather information that's scrolling or an external video feed in a virtual window. Yeah, anything that makes your show interactive. What's the advantage of using LED compared to the green screen? First, natural lighting. So it's not like a fake keying. It's just a perfect integration into the virtual world because the LED screens illuminate the character. The second thing that is really interesting with the LED walls is that you actually see the virtual space. So you can play with it, You're not like lost in the green world. You can use Backdrop for radio, web TVs, or any automated live video productions. You can use LED walls, but also assemble TVs on the walls to teleport your audience anywhere, like make them believe you are actually on the beach. So that's how we see the future of broadcast. Broadcasting without borders. The location doesn't matter anymore. You are interested about Backdrop? Feel free to contact Multicam team.
So I need to swap. So I believe you see the wrong screen. So
Yes, it's back.
yes, but you see the. I need to swap the view. Sorry. I don't know what happened. So it's back to the slide selection.
Don't worry, Christian. All these video conferencing solutions are not so easy.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened. So. So let's share my screen again. In monitor 1. So we'll go back to full screen. Sorry. So I don't know what happened. So I will.
Okay, sorry. I will swap the presenter view to the full screen now. So sorry for this short break. So back to you, Stan, on the virtual production and in-camera virtual effect, green screen.
Yes, thanks, Christian. So yeah, what we want to show you with this solution is broadcasting sans frontières. So yeah, during the video playout, I just teleported to the lake in south of France. I like to stay. So yeah, so I would like to talk to you a bit about the difference between the in-camera VFX compared to green screen. Because for radio stations, which is one of our customers, having green screens would be helpful, for the talents. It would be very fatiguing. And so we wanted to offer a disruptive technology that provides better results and also make it easier for the talent to play with. And during this, last years, there have been so much improvement in the area of the LED screens that it makes more sense to go into that technology instead of the green screen. So that's why we developed Backdrops, and which allows you to do virtual production more natural. So you have natural lighting and reflections. The talents can interact with the space, and the king is just perfect because the overlay is directly captured by the camera itself. So how it works. So it's using the video mapping illusion, and a virtual picture is projected on the screens or on the space, and it matches the field of view of the camera. So from the camera point of view, the 3D environment coming from the engine, which is here Unreal Engine, is rendered however the screens or the walls are positioned in the space, because it has been calibrated and it's using tracking data. So this tracking data usage makes it fully immersive, because it gives you position of the camera, and all the lens information is directly communicated in real time. And there is a protocol unified for that that is called 3D. So 3D is sending camera position data directly from the camera and eventually combined with external trackers to the virtual reality system. So it transmits in real time motor and coding values, so that pan, tilt, zoom are absolute position for each frame, and you have the XYZ. So this is now integrated on Sony cameras. I'll let you explain it, Christian.
Okay, so basically the 3D protocol provides a cost-effective solution, not being able to use, not being forced, to use expensive robotics and broadcast camera and calibration of B4 mount lenses. So everything is integrated to the PTZ camera, and the PTZ camera provides through the LAN connection the full metadata from the lens and the sensor. So it greatly simplifies the lens calibration, of course, because all the cameras are the same. So out of the box, you can reuse any Sony camera. Also, with some camera, we have a big sensor. So 1-inch sensor on the BR6 1000 and H800, which also greatly improved the shallow depth of field of the picture and reduce the aliasing or moire effect on the LED wall. And also with the version 2.10 recently added, so we are also providing a very smooth pan tilt movement down to 0.05 degree per second. So to reproduce really the smooth movement of experienced cameraman on the set. So basically, it's extremely simple to control and to connect, just a LAN cable and over IP, and you get all the control from the PTZ camera. So the camera which are now supporting the 3D protocol are the BRC X400, BRC H800, BRC X1000. All of them we are providing a free firmware update to version 2.10 since the beginning of September. So it's free of charge. You can download from the Sony website. And as I said, when using a controller, you can go down to 0.05 degree per second, as you can see on the right, or even from the web menu interface, 0.02 degree per second. The same is also applied to the zoom speed. So the zoom speed has been improved and slowed down to get the same result as the PTZ movement. And also the focus now moves in sync with the PTZ preset recall, which make it again a very smooth and professional look on your show. So I will hand over now to Stan, which covered the other part of the presentation for the high-end HDC camera and Spirit heads.
Thanks, Christian. Yes, as Christian explained, we have now few BRC models available in the market that offers PTZ tracking data through 3D protocol. And for broadcast and television, PTZ cameras are usually mixed with robotic systems. And we think that robotic systems offer immersive shooting because you will have movement of all these cameras and a movement that can be controlled. So that's why we acquired Polyscope company, a French manufacturer of robotic systems, known since 15 years for building reliable and precise gears. So since 2 years, we upgraded this system with the IP transition and auto tracking data. So this is what we call the Spirit line. So Spirit line is like, okay, you take a slider and you mount of it a lifting column, and on the top of it you have a remote head, and on this head you have the body camera with you know, any big lenses you want. So like the HDC product. So okay, so it's nice to have. Oh, let me animate this camera up. Yeah. Okay. So it's good to have strong robotic technology, but it's better to make it easy to control. Like just I did, is just pressing a button. So that's why we developed Multicam Pilot, which is an innovative touchscreen interface to create motion sequences and to adjust it during the show. So with Pilot, you can control up to 6 robotic systems and PTZ cameras at the same time. While your sequence is like played during a loop, let's say it's camera 1, you can record a shot on camera 2 and execute a dezoom transition on camera 3. So Pilot pushes creativity, boundaries, and grants wishes from the director. It's really amazing. And we have few projects that are using these Spirit solutions and Pilot software to control it. And yeah, it's amazing to see how people can do so much things at the same time.
Thank you, Stan. So a few words about the broadcast camera, what we call box camera or POV camera, point of view camera. So we have a full range of HD and 4K camera, starting for the HXCP 70, which is 3-chip 2/3-inch HD sensor that can work in standalone mode or with a CCU using a hybrid fiber cable. More later, we introduce the first 4K camera, HXCP 43, which is basically not only a UHD camera, but also full 4K camera sensor based on 2/3-inch sensor. So in this case, we have to work with a CCU, or what we call HDCU 4300. So, and then came the HDCP 50. So all-in-one camera, POV camera with full processing integrated. So it's a fully CCU-free camera. You can integrate in many applications, from sports up to 6x speed in HD, so 300 frames per second, and offering a very high sensitivity. And as you can see on the chip description, it is one of the first camera, and maybe only camera in the world with global shutter capability. And very soon we will now introduce the HDCP31, which is the HD version of the P50. So it's a cost-effective camera, providing the same feature as the P50, and also with the global shutter. And the benefit of the global shutter on these two cameras is that they have no rolling shutter effect, no flashbang effect, and no flicker effect, which is really important for LED walls when the refresh rate might cause a flicker with the screen. So P31 and P50 are really designed for this type of application. So we have a small time slot for to get more question, or to get additional question. So we have some colleagues in the background, like Dave, which are filtering and checking the. Hello, Dave. So have you got some questions?
Yeah, if you look in your questions tab, there should be some questions waiting for you.
Okay.
And I'll assign some also to Stan and Marianne. We have quite a few.
Oh, it's very small.
I cannot see any questions.
So first question is, hello, can Multicam control the fixed camera zoom on SRG XB25? This is one for me and for Stan. So XB25 has been launched this month. So we will soon provide the first prototype units to Multicam to try out. So as you know, so they are using the same VISCA protocol as we use on the PTZ camera. So I believe there will be no big issue to support the zoom control, optical zoom or e-zoom control from the XB25. But for sure, we will send you, Stan, 1 or 2 units of XP1, XB25 to try out in your systems.
Yeah, we begin to have a full room dedicated for Sony cameras.
So this is the only question.
I see a question that could be interesting for Marianne. Do you guys need to have installed some multicam program to get connected to the live stream?
For the AirBridge, no, it's really cool. We send you either a link in an email, and you just click on the link. You don't have to have anything installed, so no stress there. Literally, you click on the link and it will take you to a page that just asks you 1 or 2 questions, and to ask you what type of whether you're using a front or back camera, and then you're in our green room with us where we prepare the video and make sure everything is correct with the levels. And that's it. It's super, super easy. Nothing needs to be installed.
And you can join with your laptop, tablet, smartphone, whatever device, open the link, and yeah, it's just like that. So
you see
any chance radio stations go to virtual studio on visual radio? That's an excellent question, because that's also something I just mentioned on the video, and it's like what I'm doing here. I just have like a 65-inch screen, and I can change my background, my environment. So it's the same for radio stations. They will probably not have a budget for filling the walls of LED panels, but probably having like 4 65-inch screens, and it will make the effect of an open window to a different world.
I see a question regarding the tracking system. The tracking system can make adjustment using Sony eye tracking. So we basically in our SRG camera and BRC camera, we do not support eye tracking as you will find on Alpha 7 or ZV1 vlog camera. So we can support that function using the Edge Analytics artificial intelligence box. But as far as I know, Multicam do not control the Edge Analytics artificial intelligence box. Can you confirm, Stan?
Yes, so we didn't integrate this box, and in radio we have this, image analysis directly out of the camera to make the reframing. So yeah, it's
so basically we are not using the eye tracking from the consumer camera or dime camera from our lineup. And then do Spirit robotic systems support the 3D protocol as well from Hans?
So yes, exclusively 3D protocol, and so we can deliver one 3D signal for all the movements. So in the virtual production system, you see it as just one camera with X, Y, Z, P, T, Z, everything combined, coming from the camera, the lens, the column, the sliders, the dolly, yeah, everything.
Okay, I don't see any new question coming, so we can move on to the a recent case study you made.
Yes, so I don't see the slide because there is a problem with GoToWebinar, but I guess these are pictures of the last movie clip we shot in south of Paris to Lumen's box offices, and like it's 1 day of shooting with
6 different environments, and yeah, it was really funny. Oh, camera is gone. Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you. So
Okay,
it's only
okay.
You're back.
I was just ejected. No, but yeah. So it's nice because we use in these projects all the different parts of technology we use for virtual production. So it was a backdrop for all the content and the 3D virtual environment based on Unreal Engine. We had the Spirit slider with the robotic head, and the main camera, which was tracked on stage, was the Sony FS7.
Thank you, Stan. So we will end the mic to Marianne, I guess, for the summary.
So we want to thank Sony for inviting us to your webinar. We're very enthusiastic about our collaboration with Sony, and we hope this webinar has been a good opportunity to show how our two companies and our combined technology can make for extremely powerful and easy to use solutions. Thank you.
So a few words about the warranty. So as you probably know, all our products are covered by 2 years warranty. And especially on the SRG and BRC camera, you can freely extend this 2-year standard warranty to 3 years elite support, and eventually by 2 additional years to cover the camera up to 5 years. And this provides you a free access to help desk from 9 to 6 p.m. European time. And we do collect the faulty unit at your office, and we send a repaired unit back to your office. If the camera cannot be repaired, we send you a replacement camera free of charge during the warranty period. So the replacement unit will be sent on the next day if the camera is being diagnosed before 3 p.m. European time. And at the bottom of the slide, you get the link to register your product. And it has to be done within 60 days on SRG camera or 90 days for BRC camera. And the same support is also available for Multicam, Stan or Marianne.
So we have full support. We have from 9 to 1800 in the EU or the European time zone, Central European time zone. There's always someone available, incidentally, because we have other offices. You'll find answers oftentimes many hours of the day. We have a lifetime license. You get free updates during the warranty. And of course, there's extensive online documentation and video tutorials.
Also, as you mentioned before, every product is supplied with a TeamViewer license.
Comes with a multicam engineer inside, but you don't have to feed them.
So, and here are the two slide is coming. There's a bit of latency, sorry for that. So if you want to get more information on the Sony product or the Multicam solution, here are the two links. So we will share the presentation at the end of the webinar, and you will be able to navigate to the two websites, the Sony Pro website and the Multicam System website, to get more information and get in touch with us should you need any product to test or to evaluate. So that comes to the end of the presentation with a final Q&A session. Let me see if there is one.
So can we see the, yeah.
Do you see the question, Stan?
Yeah, I see one. Can we see the backdrop demo or demo video soon with world cameras? So maybe I can mention that we have these open days next week in Paris with Sony. So we will show a multi-camera setup using backdrop new version. And yeah, we will probably make some noise after that with a video reporting.
I see a question related to the BRC X400. Can the BRC X400 be integrated with Rekin 3D Virtual? Of course, Rekin is not related to Multicam, but of course, Rekin is using the same 3D protocol as we use on the BRC X1000 and H800. As soon as the BRC X400 is upgraded to version 2.10, so of course you can control this camera using the 3D protocol. I don't see any other question on my side. Dave, do you get more questions?
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions asking a similar thing. Can we use video calls from common messaging services like Skype or Zoom?
Yeah, so for the common video conferencing solution, we are using NDI since you can, share any screen grabbing, or you can use NDI as a virtual camera. So yeah, to connect this other solution, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, we recommend to use AirBridge as much as possible when you have a few guests to bring to the show, because this is really, you take control of what's happened and how the video and audio signals are used and ingested on the video mixing.
Some additional question, Dave?
I think that covers them all. Looks like we've answered all of them.
So we can just close the call. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Stan, for joining us today. And thank you everyone for joining this webinar. Hope it was useful and successful for your knowledge and application. So we will, the session has been recorded. So we will send you the link with the recording and also share you the content, the slide deck of this presentation. And as written in the bottom, don't forget the survey, please. So we will be pleased to hear from you. Any comments, any feedback are welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, see you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Traje que no era. Me cago en Dios.